Hey everyone, this is Josh with SKAA. In this video, I'm going to install a wireless receiver and passive speaker setup on my back porch so I can listen to music wirelessly while I'm grilling or hanging outside. For this install, I'm going to use the Syncronice Amp Mini, which is a long-range amplified SKAA receiver. This has a 2-channel power amp for passive speakers. Each channel is 50 watts with a 4 ohm impedance per channel. The Syncronice Amp Mini works with any SKAA transmitter, it works with the SKAA Command app, and like all SKAA receivers, there's no pairing whatsoever, and it can remember up to 10 of your favorite transmitters. Now, I'm installing this outdoors, but you can repeat this same process for indoor installation for a home theater system, or for wall or ceiling mounted speakers for classrooms and conference rooms. And the installation can be done pretty easily with just a few simple tools that you probably already own and a quick trip to your local hardware store. I'm using a pair of electro-voice surface mount speakers, and you can mount these to either a wall or to the ceiling. On my back porch, my walls are all concrete block, but the overhang ceiling is just drywall. So I'm going to use 3/16 inch snap toggle bolts to mount these to the ceiling so I don't have to drill into the concrete. You'll need a power drill and a 1/2 inch drill bit. A 1/2 inch drill bit may seem excessive, but the snap toggles are pretty big, so you actually need a 1/2 inch hole to fit the 3/16 inch snap toggle into. And to connect the Amp Mini to the speakers, you'll need some speaker wire and some banana plugs. My speakers don't use banana plugs, so I'll only need the banana plugs on one side of the speaker wire to connect to the Amp Mini. However, if you don't have banana plugs, you can actually make this work without them just by connecting the speaker wire leads directly to the terminals on the back of the Amp Mini. And then just a few last supplies. You'll need a screwdriver, side cutters, zip ties, and some heavy-duty 2-sided tape for mounting the receiver. First, let's test out the system before mounting it to make sure it all works. I've got the receiver connected to one of the speakers with the speaker wire and banana plugs. Just like all SKAA receivers, there's a single bond button to control the bonding of sources and the saving of favorites. You can double-click to explore for new transmitters and hold it for 3 seconds to save a source to your favorites. I'll do this with my DIS transmitter in my iPhone. Okay, so everything seems to be working fine. Now let's mount these. The first thing I'm going to do is detach the speaker mount from the speaker. It's going to be incredibly difficult to mount these with the full weight of the speaker in the mount. Next, with the pencil, I'm going to mark where I want to drill using the speaker mount as a guide. Then I'll drill the holes with the 1/2 inch drill bit. I love using snap toggles for AV installations. They're just so easy to use. You just push in the snap toggle, tighten the plastic clasp, and then snap off the excess plastic. Then I'll attach the speaker mounts without the speakers by screwing in the bolts that came with the snap toggles. Before I mount the speaker, I'm going to mount the receiver and power supply to the wall. I'm just going to use the 2-sided tape to hide all of this behind one of the speakers. I'll do some cable management with the zip ties to make sure that everything is as neat as possible. On my back porch, I have these small cantina lights running along the top of the wall, and the string of cantina lights just happens to end in the corner where I'm mounting one of my speakers. So I'm going to use this to my advantage and connect the power for the Syncronice Amp Mini here. With the Amp Mini receiver and power supply mounted, I can finally mount the speaker to the speaker mount and connect the speaker wire to the first speaker. Because the receiver and the first speaker are so close, it'll only take a very short run of speaker wire for this. Then I'll just repeat the entire process for the second speaker. I'll just mark and drill the holes, screw in the speaker mount, and mount the speaker. For this speaker, I'm going to have to run speaker wire though, so I could tack this along the top of the wall. However, in order to hide this better, I've decided to run this along with my cantina lights. Alright, so we're all set, let's test it out. I'll just plug in DIS to my iPhone and play some music. Now, one last thing. Because this is outdoors, I don't necessarily want the speakers to be isolating the left and right channels. So I'll use the free SKAA Command app on my phone to set the Syncronice Amp Mini receiver to output a summed mono signal rather than a stereo signal. So both speakers are outputting both the left and the right channels. And if you have more than one SKAA transmitter and you'd like to learn how to set up your Syncronice Amp Mini to automatically switch between your transmitters, I'll leave some links in the video description below which explain SKAA's red mode. To purchase the Syncronice Amp Mini or to check out any other SKAA products, head over to SKAA.com. Thanks for watching.